Thank God for the Philippines. God bless the Filipinos and the blessed, magnificent nation of the Philippines. My brother now lives in Leyte, and I am now married to a woman from Leyte who's currently in Cebu. I've been to your country more than 25 times. My brother just mentioned to me recently, he said, as an American growing up in that culture, I'm skeptical. What I've noticed so far is the biggest difference, in speaking of the Philippines, is sincerity. I wholeheartedly agree. He continues and says, there's less cynicism, next to no sarcasm. Next to no sarcasm here. And he said the whole sense of humor is almost entirely devoid of any darkness, dark humor, and sarcasm. They are generally so sincere. And I wholeheartedly agree. And I replied to my brother saying precisely our own parents were super sarcastic and competitive. The humility, sincerity, transparency, and vulnerability of the Philippines immediately won my heart, captured my heart, and liberated me from the toxic American mentality. And then I go on to write, thank God for the Orient. My brother was born on December 24th on Christmas Eve day. And he said his favorite song is Three Kings, We Three Kings of Orient Are. And I replied and responded, thank God for the Orient. When you've been disoriented and become disenchanted with toxic American culture, thank God for the Philippines. So my heart is always home in Asia. I've lived in India, lived in China. I've lived in Thailand, Taiwan, Hong Kong, Indonesia, Malaysia, and traveled to 90 nations. But my heart is always home in Asia, and more so in the Philippines, where they speak English and they have a lot of purity and sincerity. I also enjoy Indonesia, but people don't always speak English, and there's a little bit of a culture barrier. I know the Filipinos are more Catholic and Christian, as I am, so they understand the Bible as I do. I was recently there speaking in jails in Cebu City, and I enjoyed it thoroughly. I look forward to coming back if you'd like me to speak in your city, your country, your islands, any churches or schools, colleges, universities, companies, any organizations, what have you. Even at a birthday party in Indonesia, I'm asked to speak and pray for people and bless them, prophesy the will and the plan and the purposes of God over them. I'd be happy to do so. So God bless you. I love you. All the people of the world are very special to me and God. But I and my brother are now very well connected to the Philippines, and I just wanted to share that noticeable difference that he tuned in on and discovered in just a few months' time living in Leyte, whereas I immediately discovered it as well when I got to that country. And in fact, my grandfather always wanted to go to the Philippines. He served in the U.S. Army in Korea, and he said that all of his friends went to the Philippines, and he wanted to go there as well, but they all died in the Philippines fighting for the liberation of that wonderful country. So they don't speak Japanese or Chinese, but rather they have the freedom to speak Tagalog and Visayas and be a blessing to God Almighty and to humanity. So God bless the Philippines and the Filipinos and the overseas workers scattered throughout the earth serving humanity. May God bless you and your families.